Gentlemen and female gentlemen, what a glorious day! Corporations are scared of us, and I am really glad to be part of this entire situation. So, in case a lot of you are unaware, I am this random idiot on the internet. I just go ahead and I do some fun things. I make fun of some idiots, and then it turns out these little stupid having fun, making fun of idiots things that I do have an impact on the world around us. Now, this is honestly some of the greatest news of all time. Now, from the perspective of the giga corporations that actually have all this money and shit and want to manipulate people and push propaganda down people's throats, this is probably a very scary thing. But from the perspective of me, said blue idiot on the internet, I really appreciate my influence. And honestly, I think that we are living in an era where Asmongold, the critical drinker, me, and a lot of other like fucking complete idiots out here on the internet that are just saying random shit, and our random shit somehow jives with a majority of people watching. You know, hundreds of thousands of people, millions of people are listening to these messages, and the corporations are terrified. They hate the idea that a fucking random idiot YouTuber actually has power, and yet we do. We are shaping the landscape of tomorrow. So, there was recently this interview by a bunch of, like, these big corpo gamer people, coming together basically to talk about how, like, YouTubers are terrifying to them, and their messages and everything, and, I just wanted to take a little victory lap. I think they specifically mentioned Asmongold, and I have to say, me having this kind of power over corporations is frightening and strangely arousing. Alright, let's see what we got.
David Vara says corporations are scared of critical YouTubers.
All right, I don't know who this David Vavra is. We're going to have to do some research. Why did I call him David? Dan Vavra. Dan Vavra. All right, so he is a Czech video game writer. All right, that's all I needed to see.
Oh, wow.
Hele, já jsem slyšel, fakt mají hrůzu z těch hate-tuberů, řekněme. Tak...
Hate-tuber! Did he just say hate-tuber? Bro! There is no way. Oh, God. Oh, rise of the bald people.
They're really afraid of these. And also, like, so...
Critical drinks here! Holy shit. Asmongold! Holy shit. The world is getting funnier and funnier. Now, you could say that the world is getting sadder and sadder. That all you have is some fucking idiot whose teeth are rotting out of his face. He's balding. He's angry. He's smelly. Right? You see all of this shit? All those people out there literally that should not have the right to an opinion by any normal metrics of a dictatorship. Right? Dude. We're used to just the big companies just absolutely steamrolling and squashing the little guy. And all it takes is a good sense of humor and not taking a shower, and here you are. Bam. This is the funny timeline. Guys, we're evolving.
Mentioned by name.
True.
True.
Yeah, I'm not nearly as big as people like Asmongold. So obviously I'm not gonna be mentioned here, but it's all part of that same fight. And I think it's a big group of people at this point. I think it's people like Asmongold, Critical Drinker, Nerdrotic, and even like people like Hero Hey, Rev Says Desu, me, I guess all of these like people that are kind of anti-establishment type people, everyone kind of in their own niche. Obviously, the Critical Drinker is a lot more in the movie scene. Someone like Asmongold's a lot more in the gaming scene. But I really feel like the fact that you actually have these people in a... By all metrics, no one should actually be taking any of us seriously. And I sure hope to God that none of you guys take me seriously. I'm above the Asmongold hate pro. I got my own fucking dedicated swath of stalkers and haters. I appreciate them. Like, I appreciate the one hater guy that I had emailing the Nux Manifesto to everyone, to every other YouTuber saying, "You're lucky, Asmon." He did this to Asmongold too. He's like, "Asmongold, you are lucky that I don't hate you as much as I hate Nux Taku." Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Asmongoldě, tak.
Zdravíme Asmongold.
Ten velký průmysl jako kritizovat. A mně to přišlo niše, že vlastně jako má třeba milion, ale to prostě...
Bro, he's calling it like a little niche. He's like, "Oh, I know it's just a little niche." I'm sure they're gonna look at the transcript after this. I'm sure it's just a little niche. Bro, this little niche, this little fucking niche is bigger than your asshole. And you, sir, are fat. I know. I'm just saying. Man.
Nějaký dopad, ale rozhodně to není, že na to nekoukají.
They're talking down to us, bro. To people like Asmongold and the Critical Drinker. They only have like 1 million followers. Bro, I got 1 million followers. I'm not saying it makes that much of a difference, but you know, I get millions of views every single month. So does Asmongold, so does the Critical Drinker. So do all of these people in this fucking, I guess, counterculture. I guess that's the best way you could describe this entire group. Kind of like Counterculture. And I'll be real here. I'm sitting pretty.
That's crazy.
A teď jsem jako zjistil od nějakých lidí, že z toho fakt mají ty společnosti hru, to fakt má.
Companies are actually terrified, fuck.
Že oni opravdu to takhle řekl, jako ještě začali.
They said hi? Well, I'll read the transcript for it after this.
All right, nice.
Ale hlavně to prostě ty korporáty dělají. A když jsem oni jako celé...
You're famous? You got a lot of people talking about you? Well, it's the videos are popular, man.
Tak prostě vlastně jim ty vývojáři začali říkat, že jsou blbí.
So,
jako bizár, když jako...
So they are talking explicitly about me. And also,
yeah, and also basically everyone in this niche for sure. Obviously, I think Asmongold he's become the face of the video game counterculture, and I think Critical Drinker somehow became the face of the TV show counterculture. And honestly, fuck yeah, keep cooking, gamers.
apparently the Critical Drinker. And so let's see what this was translated from. What is said in the clip? Listen, I've even heard that big developers and companies are really scared of hate tubers.
That's us, guys. We're hate tubers. What a glorious day. What a glorious day. Us hate tubers get together and just terrify big developers and companies. Oh, fuck, dude. Tell me more. And you know they are terrified. For sure. Absolutely.
That's what they call them? Is that it? Hate tubers? Yeah, well, these guys, if people don't know, these guys are the ones that are making Kingdom Come Deliverance. And so, like, they're not saying that about me.
No, they're talking about other gamers. See, here's the thing. The funniest thing is, and I think this is just so fucking hilarious. These people are so terrified, like so terrified, they will never name anyone. You'll never see like these actual companies that are terrified of people like me or the Critical Drinker or Asmongold or literally any of these other people. Like, they are never going to mention any of us by name. They won't, because it gives us power. And that's the thing they're most scared of. They are most terrified of giving us power. So it's only going to be people that just talk about everything else. They are the ones that's going to mention them. You know? That's the irony. And all these people that are absolutely terrified, and they are absolutely terrified, I do have to say, it's pretty great. The fear is irrational. I don't think the fear is irrational because I think their goal is pushing some sort of agenda or narrative. And if they're pushing an agenda or narrative and that agenda is being countered and destroyed by just people actually criticizing and having discussion online and saying things that resonate with more people than their messages do, then they are literally losing. Their fear is completely rational. 100% rational. The amount of damage that having these discussions actually have on this fucking industry of sweet baby culture pushers, like, is insane. It's actually insane. And they are getting cooked. The fact that they made a game like Concord for $300-400 million and it just absolutely obliterated itself is hilarious. It's so funny. Power is actually leaving the hands of these developers and these corporations and these fucking propaganda pushers. And power is leaving the hands of even the journalists because everyone knows they're just bought off. Everything gets a 7 out of 10 on IGN, even when it's absolute trash. Where does that power go? Where is that conversation? That power absolutely falls into our laps, 100%. We're living in a new age, an age where human individuals are literally gaining power over these fucking mega that are just so used to stepping and trotting all over us. And it's a glorious time.
They're saying that other people in the industry think that. And the kind of guys who started criticizing Critical Drinker, Asmongold, and others who started criticizing big companies. And I thought it was so niche. Okay, he
thought it was so niche. Nope.
This is me. Asmon's got a few million followers. His videos have some impact, but it's definitely not what everybody's watching. True. But
the more people that talk about it and the more acceptable it is to have these discussions, I'm going to tell you something really controversial, okay? And I don't want you to take this the wrong way, okay? The discussions that are being had right now by people like me or people like Asmongold or any of these other people, these conversations are not conversations that would have even been acceptable or survived 5 years ago. Everyone would have just immediately been branded as racists. Everyone would have immediately been branded as bigots and been banned on every fucking platform. And everyone would turn away from them and say, why should I listen to this person? They're obviously alt-right because the article said so and because the media said so. And power literally left them. The conversations that we're having today are not conversations that could have existed before. And the only reason why more and more people are comfortable having these conversations is because of people in our kind of community that is sort of bridging that gap. Because people like me or Asmongold or Critical Drinker or these people actually do have the balls to say things that they know is counter the culture, there now is a culture to the counterculture. And I am here for watching that downfall of modern media, for sure, for real. And I do think that every single person that contributes to the culture makes the culture more acceptable. They're used to saying, how dare you have an opinion, and shut you down. And they're recognizing the fact that somehow this counterculture does have some culture to it, and it's actually picking up steam.
True. And now I found out from some people that companies are really terrified of them, and it's having an impact.
It is having an impact. Why do you think Black Myth Wukong was the biggest game of the last year? Simply put, it's because of this counterculture. That is literally why. Why did everyone know about Black Myth Wukong? It had basically no advertising. People just knew about it because they knew about all these other fucking gaming industries trying to shut it down and squash it because of lack of diversity and that they wouldn't bend the knee. Opposing tyranny is an attractive prospect? True! And because I, Asmongold, other people are actually able to have these conversations, it is changing the way media is talked about in the world.
And then when someone starts to critique the game and the corporate world, that it does have an impact. And it's unsustainable how these corporations do it.
I mean, everyone always knew that slander works, okay? Here's a really easy analogy. Slander works. If you slander someone, you can cause them monetary harm by slandering them, for sure. Now, what if it's not slander? What if it's genuine criticism? Well, obviously that works also. I would argue that's even more powerful than slander because slander is not true. Genuine criticism is true. So genuine criticism could actually hurt shit. And the crazy thing is that this is something that's worthy of criticism. Like all these fucking propaganda pushing DEI hiring pussies, all those people, like, are actually getting destroyed by the conversation around them. And that's pretty fucking awesome.
Considering how they've now made games that nobody wanted, and they even said it when these gamers started complaining that they didn't like it and they didn't want that kind of game, and the developers started telling them that they were stupid and that it wasn't a game for them, which is completely bizarre that you're insulting your own customers.
God damn, so based. Holy shit, to hold this much power. Listen, I don't think I have power. I don't even think Asmongold has power. I'll be real here. I think it's the collective. It's you, the viewer, that has power. I know that's kind of a cringe thing to say, but that's, I think, the truth. Because if I decide not to buy the game, to boycott the game, or Asmongold decides to boycott the game, then that's just two people boycotting the game. But it's the fact that by broadcasting this and getting other people to get involved in the conversation, and it's the fact that people agree. People aren't going to listen to Asmongold because he says something. People aren't going to listen to me because I say something. I'm wrong 20% of the time. All right, listen. People aren't going to just listen to me and do that shit. No. I'm here to have a conversation. I'm here to poke fun at some idiots. I'm here to watch the downfall of the tards. And people enjoy watching me do that. All right? I am loving where media is going. Right now, we're in a bit of a fucking slump, all right? We see the Snow White trailer, all right? We see those fucking CGI dwarf hellspawn creatures. Bro, they are so cooked. And the pendulum is gonna swing, baby.
So they're worried about the videos.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
What? Why do you think they sponsor people? Bro, why do you think a game sponsors a YouTuber? It's to get people to buy the game. Don't you think a YouTuber viscerally, organically hating against the game is gonna be even more powerful than some random push? Bro, easily. But Nux, you guys have people behind you. That is your power. Listen, I'm not gonna sit here and make believe I have power. I'm just some fucking blue guy on the internet that's having a good time. I want you guys to also have a good time. The one thing that I do want to do with my videos, one goal is I want to put a smile on your face. And I want you to realize that pretty much most of the shit that you see online is bullshit. And you gotta actually think for yourself. And that your personal human values are worth so much more than all this garbage. But yeah, documenting the downfall, the collapse of the Roman Empire in real time. Listen, I'm just saying, I do think Trump getting elected really was a turning point. I think it is a culmination of all these fucking people realizing that they don't want to live in the same fucking insane society that's been lying to them for the last 4 years. The fact that every fucking celebrity goes out there and endorses Trump and he still endorses Harris and Trump still wins is fucking insane. And it absolutely goes to show that people like me or Asmongold, all right, our words are worth more than the corporate juggernauts that used to be in powers. Like, and that's fucking awesome.
Well, good.
Yeah!
Good.
You gotta let it fuel you, all right? Don't be afraid of your power. That is why you have power.
I view this as a responsibility. I try to be as fair and critical as I can be and
Yeah, me too. Down with the corpos.
authentic. Now, sometimes this rubs people the wrong way.
True.
People don't like what my opinions are. That's fine.
That happens.
But at the end
that happens, bro. I get fucking cooked all the time. Listen, but that's the beauty of being a human. I'm obviously not always grifting. If I was always grifting, I would always be making everyone in my audience happy at all times. I don't do that. About 20% of the time, you're probably gonna disagree with me because I'm a real person. And someone like Asmongold, at least as far as I understand, he's also a real person. And these freaking giant corpos, like, they're not real people. They're pushing propaganda. They're just saying the shit that they think you want to hear.
The day, I will do my best to be as authentic as possible. And so if you bring out a shitty game, there will be a YouTube video about it.
Listen, if there's a downfall, I will fucking cook you. I will be there. I'm just saying.
That's right. It will happen. And you will be farmed.
Oh, yes! I love this. He uses the word farm. I use the word milk. We have, like, literally the same brain cell in this regard. Listen, I will milk you. You fucking fuck up. You fucking hire pedophiles and shit. Oh, you will get milked, bro.
If you think that, oh, well, that's not fair. Some people are going to be mean to our development team for it. Well,
sucks to suck. You're putting something into the world. The world has the right to an opinion.
Then delete your social media.
True. True.
People are mean to me every day.
True.
If you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen and stop cooking.
True. You could live a goddamn happy life by not ever being in public. Ever. You don't need to be on social media. You don't need to literally be out there and shit. And listen, the amount of hate threads, the fucking stalkers, bro, that I get. Bro. Dude. Listen, I do this because I love it. I really enjoy making content. I really like making fun of these idiots when they deserve it. And it makes me very happy. But bro, get out of here.
Log off. It's not going to stop. It's never going to stop. Everyone is fair. Anyone is fair game. That's right.
True.
That's right. And so people like the people got to eat. Too bad. Well, we got to eat them sometimes. That's the way it is.
It's a dog eat shit world. Welcome to the real world, ladies and gentlemen. In the real world, fuck you when you are to be fucked. I'm just saying.
It is. Yeah, they just don't like that you are, period. Well, no, of course they don't like me because I'm a counterbalance to their power structure.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Obviously, everyone wants to be in power.
So why would somebody want to have a counterbalance to their power structure? They wouldn't. So why would they want me or a person like me to exist? They don't.
Of course
and so
not.
It makes sense.
They want yes men. They want people to just obey. They want slaves, okay? They want slaves. And Asmongold looking like MLK out here. All right, that was a joke. Obviously Asmongold is not black. But the rest of the analogy stands. No, it doesn't stand. That was literally a joke, obviously.
And so it's a circle of life. Yeah, exactly. And you're surprised devs stopped caring? Well, I don't think that devs stopped caring. I think the guys that make Kingdom Come Deliver.
Of course, devs care. Obviously, devs care. You want to know something that's probably completely real? I'm going to tell you something that might fuck you up on the inside. Right now, every single dev in the world working on a game is thinking, how will this game be reviewed by the fucking counterculture? And that's what every dev is thinking. Every single dev. And let them think about that, bro. Let them think about that. And if they still think that it's important for them to tell their message, even though the counterculture will cook them, well, then they're gonna have to live with that decision. Because believe it or not, everyone has the ability to decide. I believe in the freedom of speech. I think every single person has the right to decide what kind of art you want to put into this world. And you have to recognize the fact that your art might get absolutely eviscerated by a group of people that you don't like. Because guess what? My content is definitely not a content that a lot of people like. Okay? I say the word retard And I literally get an entire fucking hate thread on some fucking drama subreddit about how I'm evil and ableist because I said the word retard. Obviously, not everyone is gonna like my content. Obviously, this shit's not for everybody. But I don't say the word retard because only retards say slurs.
Deliverance care a lot.
Can we make that a quote? Only retards say slurs. Slurs are for retards. That's it. Slurs are for retards. All right, that's the quote.
And that's why a lot of
Put that shit in our shirt.
actual gamers are really excited for the game and they're looking forward to playing it. So I think this issue where like, oh, devs don't care or they don't like gamers, well, maybe you shouldn't be in gaming. If you have this worldview that alienates you from a huge percentage of your audience, maybe you shouldn't be doing that. It's like, if you're a vegan, you shouldn't go work in a steakhouse.
That's such a terrible example. I think all vegans should work in steakhouses. They gotta go there, work in a steakhouse to get the vegan cooked out of them. I'm just saying. It'll be like an exorcism, all right? They work in a steakhouse for 1 week, they'll start eating meat. Listen, they'll get completely numb to that shit. I'm just saying. Steakhouses is just the cure to veganism. Okay, all right, that was a joke. That was all comedy. Obviously, I completely respect your own decisions on how you want to lead your life, but don't tell me about it, please.
It's that simple. That's their problem? Yeah, that's their problem. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah, they're afraid.
If my life makes your life harder, you just are an idiot and could literally just not watch my videos. Yeah, if my life makes your life worse, not because I'm slandering you, but just because I have a different point of view than you, then quite frankly, you are a fucking numbskull and should probably touch grass. I don't mean this in a rude way. I just mean this in a sorry, you kind of suck.
Afraid because gamers are now opposing them? Yeah, if the developers go nuts, yeah, it's not my fucking problem.
True.
Why do these people who hate...
I think that obviously inciting violence or slandering people, like all these things are crimes. All these things obviously I think should be taken seriously. But if my opinion ruins your life, then honestly, your life was already kind of cooked.
Gamers make video games because they want to. The reason why that happens is because they want to change the games. They like their goal is to come into gaming and then change it in a way that they want.
True. Well, this whole propaganda pushing thing, it is, I think, it's a cancer. It's definitely not, it's not actually the gamers that themselves that started making a dev thing and all that. You know, all that shit, that's natural. But the agenda pushing shit, that's a cancer. That's people literally coming into a space that they are not welcome, and they are absolutely trying to blackmail people into pushing these agendas. And sorry, but if your life is harder because of people like Asmongold, then you picked the wrong field, bitch.
Do you think a percentage of dev sentiments are coming directly from orders from their superiors? No. I think that it's individual.
Welcome to the age of social media. Every single person has the right to an opinion. And every single person has the right to not be on social media.
Developers acting on their own. I think that anybody in a senior leadership position at any of these companies doesn't want to have anything to do with any of these social media debacles at all. I think they don't want to have, like, in their perfect world, like if you're the game director or like the, CFO of the company, the CFO's perfect world is that no employee has Twitter.
True!
When he goes to bed at night and he dreams of his utopia, it is the utopia where not a single employee at the company has Twitter.
Well, I think more likely all the employees are chained to the floor in their warehouse sweatshop, making games with no Wi-Fi and potential air conditioning on Saturdays. I think that's their utopia. But yeah, I do think that a lower tier to that would definitely be employees not being on social media. Because why the hell do they need to go out there and make a stink for the entire game? Like, if there's a game, let's say Concord, for example, and Concord has some dev, and the dev's name is John, and John goes on social media and has this entire fucking meltdown about how he hates white people, all right? It sounds far-fetched, but I can see this happening. If I criticize this, I am not going to title my video, John had a meltdown. I am going to title my video, Concord Dev had a meltdown. Like it or not, that shit gets back right at you. I'm just saying. That's just reality.
I believe that. Yes, not even marketing. Well,
marketing is the company account. That's not the same. They just don't want social media accounts to be run by people. They just don't want. They don't want any of their employees to have any opinions. They want them to obey. They want servitors.
Company itself has a Twitter.
They want lobotomized fucking slaves.
Twitter account, but not the employees that work at marketing. Why do they need a Twitter account?
True.
That's it. Theater kids sneak in. They sure do.
Yeah. Why do you need an opinion for these
that's
guys?
it. But the narrative is that all the companies are full of DEI, and that's why all games are bad.
That's
well,
not true.
I don't say that in my videos.
Yeah, no.
I mean, if you want to blame me for something that somebody else said, then I feel like you're kind of missing the point.
True. I saw an entire thread after I made some video shitting on DEI. I saw an entire thread talking about how in my video I said that minorities can't make good art. And I was like, what the fuck video did you I literally never said that, ever. Literally never. I just think that you should hire people based on skills instead of based on minority status. Like, you could absolutely take a video of mine and say that I had a whole fucking Hail Hitler Nazi speech in it, but that doesn't make it something I said.
I'm not saying that. I think in some cases there's like a DEI effect, sure. But to say that that's like always what I say, no, it's just not. I talk about things much more than that. Only Dave Vera is a dev for Kingdom Come to. In the clip, by the way, yeah, I don't know about the other guys. So yeah, Asmon and his followers, the whole world should be catered to me and my belief. Anything different is wrong because it's woke and DEI. That's correct. That's correct. I'm going to advocate for what I want to see. But
doesn't that just make sense? People are like upset at him for voicing his opinion. It's like, I hate that you're voicing your opinion and it's influencing people. Well, you know what? Voice a better opinion and try to influence them yourself, motherfucker. Again, such a stupid bullshit argument.
I'm going to push back on people who want to advocate against that. Because if I don't do that, other people will do that to me. And that's how you lose.
That's how everyone loses.
I'm going to advocate in my own self-interest. That's correct.
How dare you act in your own self-interest? That's cringe!
It's funny, using your platform to push what you want and see from a consumer perspective is seen as being the worst person on earth. Yes. And the guy switched medication. Yeah.
I mean, I get slandered literally all the time for shit that I didn't do. And I'm sure the same thing happens to Asmongold on a much bigger scale. Because he's just much more famous than I am. And his videos get way more views.
The dude from yesterday had shit evidence. The evidence was not great, to be fair. It wasn't. But yeah. Anyway, but I did also say that a lot of people were discounting him because of his appearance, and I think that's exactly what happened. But anyway, so yeah, I'll look at this in a little bit, but I'll finish this off and talk about this a little bit more. Is that the only one hate tuber saying your product sucks is harmless, really, even if they're as big as
yeah, hate tubers. That's us.
Asmon? No.
One hate tuber saying your product sucks is harmless, even if they're big as Asmon? I mean, no, obviously not. People are gonna hear that.
This entire premise that I'm causing the hate is fucking retarded, and I'm going to prove it right now. So this is a video I uploaded.
Oh my god, bro, he's bringing out an example. Apparently, wait, Valve? What happened to Valve?
I guess it's like a few hours ago, and by I mean the editors uploaded. If you read the comments in this video, I mean the editors uploaded.
Goodbye, Ashes of Creation.
If you read the comments in this video, the majority of people in these comments are getting angry about me because I'm not covering the game and talking about it the way that they want me to.
Damn! Damn! Yeah, he's getting cooked in the comment section of his own video. And you know what? I think that that's the mark of a good YouTuber. I have an incredibly, I think, warped view on this, like, entire fucking industry. I like seeing a YouTuber every once in a while making a video that their audience disagrees with them. Because that just goes to show that they're telling the truth. All right, let's see the...
This has been a pretty pop...
So this is the actual video he's talking about right here. Let's see the like-dislike ratio. That's not a great like-dislike ratio. I like a YouTuber that every once in a while will have a video like this. Because that just means that they're just saying shit. And he knows what he's saying because he has his chat right next to him. And his chat is literally going to say this shit, argue with him while he's talking. And he's still going to say his opinion. In my opinion, that's not a bad thing. I'm sorry. Check out the Valve situation. I'll look at that right after this.
Like, you control industry PMS. Well, what I'm saying is that they're all mad at Bro's playing defense for his buddy. Every time there's miscommunication, always making money from it. As a very obviously biased, right? Everybody's saying that I'm biased.
I mean, obviously, I didn't see what this video is. Maybe he was biased, in which case, fine. In which case, that is pretty shitty, for sure. But having a bad opinion, I don't think it's a bad thing. I love how Asmon is walking on eggshells. He's biased with his take defending the game. I mean, I have no idea what this topic actually is. Bro playing defense for his buddy. One thing I'll never agree with Asmongold on is his acceptance of people doing shady stuff to make a profit. Yeah, no, I also think that's shitty.
Yes.
For sure.
So what is the point of me bringing this up? The point of me bringing this up is to say that I do not control people's opinions.
True.
If I say something is bad and it is good, people will call me wrong.
True.
That's just the truth.
Facts. 100%.
It's that simple. And all you have to do is read comments about videos that I make. The reason why these videos get popular is because people agree with them, not the other way around.
I don't know if it's only because people agree with them, but I do think that largely it is because they are, Asmongold is delivering a message that has been so taboo to hear for so many years. For sure.
Yeah, the impact of big streamers is huge. Reviews spread like wildfire. Yeah, but if they're wrong and they don't resonate with an audience, they spread like wildfire in the wrong way.
True. Also, 100% true. I agree with this. It's not like here's the thing. Why do you think Asmongold gets views on his videos? All right, this video, he uploaded it 15 hours ago. He has 500,000 views, okay? Why do you think it has 500,000 views? Now, this is going to be an incredibly hot take. You're not ready to hear the hotness of this take, but it's because people want to watch his fucking videos. Like, it's not the YouTuber that has power and they could just pollute an entire ecosystem with wrong opinions that 500,000 people would just agree with. Bro, that is how you burn a bridge and destroy an audience. Dude, holy shit.
You're allowed to your opinion, whether it's wrong or not? Yeah, sure. More people.
Nux, I wrote an article about how Jews want to dominate over whites and are trying to genocide them. You want to read it? No thanks. What the fuck? Appreciate that. No, it's okay.
People liked and disliked the video. Comments are not indicative. My point is that a lot of people do have that perception. They do. And you don't control people by just making a video and then it mind controls them into thinking something. That's not
true. And the reason why people come back to watch his videos is because people obviously agree with his insight. People actually want to hear what he has to say. Literally 100%.
How it works. If game and movie companies really cared what hate tubers and customers for that matter thought, we wouldn't be in this mess today. Well, they do.
Of course they care. They just care about pushing their profit, their agenda more than they care. And they hope that they could do what the giant corporations have been doing for the last decade and just squash them.
That's why you see them, so many of them are pulling back on it. I think that you're probably going to see a massive overcorrection away from that. Criticism can be harsher than hate, but it's never hate. Criticism is almost always like, actually hate and criticism are very, very linked. So yeah, exactly. If your opinion wasn't shared by a wide audience, they just wouldn't listen. Exactly. Yeah, the idea that people just listen.
And again, it's also, I think, helps that it's some sort of taboo. You don't have people that share this message. I think Asmongold is probably the biggest guy. I'll be honest. I think that Asmongold is probably the biggest in this field that is spreading this message. This kind of anti-establishment message when it comes to media. And like, as an example, that's very scary. It's really, really scary to be that guy. I don't know, man.
Listen to me and then just do whatever I tell them is just, it's stupid. It's not true. So if anyone still thinks that we don't have an impact, check out the avowed art director's Blue Sky. He hasn't posted a single thing since the drama. Oh, is that?
He has a Blue Sky account. That's how you know he's a fucking moron.
True? Let's pull it up.
This account requested users sign in to view their profile. What a fucking pussy.
Sign in right here. Oh, God. This account is requested to users sign in to view their profile. What a little fucking bitch.
True.
Oh, my God.
What? But again, do you know the reason why people now think he's a bitch? Because you have someone like Asmongold clicking on that. I'm just saying, we're living in a fantastic fucking time. A fantastic fucking timeline. Everyone's out here looking at all the shit that goes on in the world, and there's a lot of shit that goes on in the world. I'm not trying to say it. But there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and it's probably just the beginning of another tunnel, to be real. But I am looking forward to getting out of this current fucking tunnel.
Wow. He's right, yeah. What a pathetic pussy. He is. There's a good chance that this guy's probably going to lose his job, and this, like, debacle he had will really affect his career for years. True. Like, I don't think that people...
Probably forever. Probably not just for years. No one wants to deal with a guy that's stirring shit up. Like, dude, why would any game hire somebody that is actively gonna piss off an audience of millions of people? Why? Like, just to hire someone else.
Understand how bad it is that he did that. And the reason why is because a lot of people got mad about it. And that's the power that you have as a collective, is that if enough people get together, you can make this shit stop. And I think that's a really good example of it. You have Blue Sky, though? I don't. Actually, I mean, yeah, somebody I'm sure made a Blue Sky in my name.
Yes, I do have an imposter on Blue Sky, but that's not me.
Name? Yeah. Sure, to take my name, sure. But it's not my account. It's not me. He got what he wanted to live in the woods, I guess. Yeah, he probably killed the game, even if the game... Well, Avowed is another good example. When Avowed comes out, actually, let me see, can I do this? Oh, there's no cache? Google removed it? They removed they nuked this function? Oh, that's so annoying.
Yeah.
Because of people making So yeah,
Anyway, this is a glorious time for sure. Oh, what's this Valve thing you're talking about? Valve is in trouble? Is it this one? This Asmongold video here? This clips video? Is it this one? Yeah, no, yeah. I am loving this. I am absolutely loving this so much. We are living in a glorious time where people are afraid of us. And I think that's really good news in general. Because I'll be real here, people should be afraid. Absolutely. Anyway, let's see what this one's about. Diversity
Valve
crisis.
has a diversity crisis.
See, but the thing is, they used to say something like this, diversity crisis, and no one would say anything. Because if anyone would criticize them for this, they'd immediately just be called racist and ostracized by everyone. All the big fucking companies would get together, they would rub each other's nuts, and then they would insult these people. And they would say, oh, you're a racist, that's why you're criticizing them. And now, we're living in a time, because of people like Asmongold, because of people like the Critical Drinker, like me, like all the other people in this fucking, I guess, counterculture movement that's actually willing to have an opinion and not give a flying fuck about the knives that end up in their back because of their opinions. Like, society is changing. Conversations like this are actually being had and are not considered fringe anymore.
Uh-oh.
I can't tell you how many women work at Valve, or people of color, or non-binary folks, or those who identify as LGBTQ, or disabled people.
Why would you why would you care about that? Are do you have any evidence that they're specifically not hiring women or whatever? Like, if you have any evidence of that, then that sounds like a diversity crisis. But if you just don't know the amount of them, then that just sounds like you just don't know anything. Right?
Because, well, Valve is a private company, and it doesn't need to disclose those numbers, and also it didn't respond to our own requests for those figures.
This dude reached out to Valve to try to get them to respond with the figures of female employees on their webs. Oh my fucking god. Do you not have anything better to do with your day than to write requests to big companies to ask them how many female employees they have, and if they don't answer, you fucking make an expose on them? You see, this is why we're living in an era where literally no one gives a shit about these people. Because, like, how fucking sucky do you have to be to do this? Like, bro, I believe a private company should ideally not be racist, but they don't have to obey anyone. They can do whatever the fuck they want. It's a private company. But that's one. Two, and more importantly, like, holy shit, this is insane. I heard this guy talk for 3 seconds, and I'm already done with him.
However,
Why would they? I mean, if somebody's asking for those figures, they're all...
Yeah. I want someone to reach out to me. Someone send me an email. By the way, I have a lot of employees, you should know. I'm just saying. I think you should send me an email and ask me for the exact stats of how many trans people I have as employees. Definitely do that. I won't respond, but you should absolutely write me an email. Like, why should these people respond?
Only doing it in order to create a narrative that you're doing something wrong. Like, how could there ever be a single...
Nux, how many female editors do you have? Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. I'm cooked.
positive to sharing that information.
multiple interviewees that we spoke to described the company as having an enormous lack of diversity.
You know what else is enormous? The gap between your eyes. God! Oh! I'm sorry. That was rude. That was definitely rude.
Extremely white and extremely male.
Extremely white and extremely male in a private company that has the right to do whatever they want. That's pretty fucked up, guys. That's pretty fucked up. That's pretty fucked up, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. Holy shit, he got them. See, but like, why should Valve need to answer this guy? I don't know. I don't know Valve. I don't support Valve. I don't give a shit about Valve. I literally could not care less. I am living in my glorious little corner of disinterest, lack of empathy when it comes to all these other fucking companies out there, all right? But bro, dude, you gotta have something better going on with your life.
There have been efforts made over the years by various employees who've pushed to make Valve more representative. However, I'm told these efforts are largely blocked by either the company's structure or its leadership.
If that effort was being blocked and there's an effort to hire a person that was black and it was being blocked by the nature of the fact that the person was black, Valve would be in a massive discrimination lawsuit
100%.
and they would have to pay out
100%.
millions, if not billions of dollars.
100%. But no one's gonna look at it from that perspective, obviously.
Yeah, it's just that simple.
Yeah, no, it is literally that simple, by the way. In case you were curious, it literally is that simple. Like, here's the thing. If I don't hire any incompetent black people, okay? That doesn't mean I don't hire black people. I hire black people if they are good at what they do. And you know what? That's awesome. Probably to the same degree as I would hire white people. Because believe it or not, being anti-DEI has nothing to do with being racist, in my opinion. Like, dude, this is like so insane. It's so insane. Holy shit.
To be that there were maybe 10 or 15% women in the development teams, but definitely now I think they've dipped below that point.
Well, you've created an arbitrary criteria point, and then you've said you have to meet this criteria point. Who decided that? You did. You don't work at Valve. You're not in charge of them. What is this? Valve's...
Yeah, it's such a crazy argument. Like, this entire fucking argument is so brain dead. And again, you wonder why there are people like Asmongold and why there are companies that are scared of this shit. Because if their job is pushing this diversity DEI thing, and then you're gonna have people like Asmongold, like me, just sit there and make fun of you, and more people are gonna be comfortable agreeing with this obviously logical take. I'm just saying.
Estimated profit per employee is around $19 million, making it one of the highest per employee profit figures among major tech companies. What they're doing works, and it outperforms all other people that are in the space. Hired...
Holy shit, that's crazy.
On merit. Yeah, you always hire on merit.
I completely agree. You always hire on merit. And if that means you have no women in your company, well then, I'm sorry, women, get more merit. Like, again, I don't mean this in a bad way, but if I am hiring an employee, I am 100% hiring them based on their skills. And if all the people that apply to my company that actually have skills are white dudes, I will only hire white dudes. If they're all black dudes, I will only hire black dudes. If they're all black women that happen to also be gay, I will hire only gay black women if they are the only ones in that skill set. And I don't think that's racist. I'll be real here. And I think if you're gonna make it your day to emailing companies trying to figure out if they actually have what's their word? What was his word? They have a discrimination problem. Valve is too white. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. This is just skill-based matchmaking for real, for real.
If you're not hiring on merit, you're setting yourself up to fail.
The higher up you go, the whiter and male it becomes.
The implication here is that being white is somehow a problem. If you replace the word of the people that you are trying to replace with the word of people that you think are protected...
I love it. He's saying the same thing I'm saying in different words. Again, if all the people with the highest skill happen to be gay black women, I would only hire gay black women. Not trying to be rude here, but I would. And no one would have a problem with that. If literally every single one of my employees were gay black women, no one would care. No one would say that I was racist. But they happen to be white, by coincidence. And for some reason, even though that's not even true, most of my employees aren't white. Holy shit.
Would your statement be?
Okay, I'm actually getting emails of people emailing me how many transgender employees I have. I was saying it as a joke. Please do not email that to me.
Be bad. And if the answer is yes, then your statement is not theoretically bad. It is just simply bad.
That compounds the issue, because part of making any field more diverse is that you have to start introducing diversity into it. Valve's not going to be...
Well, I don't think that I feel like the entire premise of this is that it's a problem or that it's necessary. I don't think diversity is something that is a good or a bad thing. Having more diversity doesn't make something better, and it doesn't make it worse either. It's just simply a collection of people.
And there are
It is. It just is. Oh my god.
Already more middle-aged white guys.
Dude, I have someone in my chat literally arguing with everybody about how Jews are trying to take over the world and stuff. Dude, if Jews are actually so awesome and powerful and secretly controlling everyone, I highly suggest you become Jewish. Solution to all of your problems, my bro. I literally got you, homie. Let's go. I'm just saying, you can convert anytime.
Guys in the games industry than any other group of people. So,
well, the premise of this is that it's a problem that there are middle-aged white guys in the gaming industry. I think that if you said there's a lot of young black women here, like I would say that's racist.
First of all,
yeah, no, like that's my favorite rule. If someone says a race and you literally just if everyone has, let's say, a race. If someone says a race, and if you would swap that race with a different race, it would be racist, then you're just being racist. Like, if you say that, yeah, whites are stinky, okay? If you switch whites with any other race, then you're a racist. I'm just saying. And it's the same with all these things.
You need to have actually seen them do that work in the first place. And secondly, if you have seen it, you need to understand that work enough to recognize it as something worthwhile.
Do you really think that the people that work at a company that you have admitted only hire the best of the best?
He's literally fucking spelling his own death right now. Yes! And this is why the DEI people fucking hate people like Asmongold. Or me, or Critical Drinker, or anyone having these fucking discussions.
And creates the highest profit per employee at $19 million. Do you really think that those people can't recognize good work? And you can? How do
they hire people based on skills. The end. Oh no, it's because of the space lasers.
Delusional and stupid could you possibly be? It's hilarious that they even think that they can evaluate this better than they can.
And it's going to be so much harder to hire someone who is a woman or isn't white or any of the things that isn't your average Valve employee profile.
Yeah, I think this right here.
Skill issue, bro. If you want to get hired by Valve that quickly, just fucking be good at your job.
Like videos like this are the most corrosive and the most effective at radicalizing people against DEI or like liberal policies than Nick Fuentes, Sam Hyde, or Tony Robinson put together.
There's nothing in an over.
Man's right. And I think it's about everything is kind of in this way. The best vehicle to push people towards, let's say, the right are the left. And the best people that push people towards the left are the right. It's going to be the extremists on both sides that push people away from them. Like, as an example, I think the majority of, like, Andrew Tate supporters are people that are just being annoyed that they're constantly being shit on by the left. Like, people that don't like being criticized by the left end up moving to the extreme right. And people that don't like being criticized by the extreme right end up moving to the extreme left. Like, you are your own worst enemy.
Sinister sense that's discriminatory about the Valve hiring process.
All right.
Discussion over. Thanks for joining this TED Talk. Yeah, you can. This is why people like Asmongold, like me, like we are all hated. 100%. That is literally why we're all hated. Because in my opinion, if there's nothing in an overt sinister sense that's discriminatory about the Valve hiring process, then there is no problem. Then there's no problem. If they're not being discriminatory, then there's no problem. Don't bitch about discrimination and shit when they're obviously not being discriminatory. But for some reason, that's not enough for a lot of these fucking insane mega woke people.
Problem here is that there's a comma and not a period. Why is there 2 more minutes? Is it the credits?
Except in the way that all hiring processes select for people that are like the people doing the hiring.
Or maybe it's like the people that actually have skills.
So if the problem is that there's a bunch of people in this demographic that are hiring based off of their race, then the solution is to influence and bring in a different demographic of people that will hire based off of their race instead. We have to fight racism with racism.
Multiple current and former employees.
True. I mean, DEI, I've said this before, and I get shit for this all the time. DEI is just basically a globally woke accepted racism. It really is. You're hiring people that aren't as good at the job because of their race, to the detriment of white guys. Like, that is just racist.
They believe this issue is not being addressed because Valve's leadership simply does not understand it.
No, it's not that they don't understand it. It's that they don't give a flying fuck about what this guy's opinion.
People that run this multi-billion-dollar company that effectively has a monopoly almost on PC gaming, they just don't understand this. Yeah.
It's not that
They absolutely understand it. They just don't give a flying fuck. They don't care. And they shouldn't care. 100%.
they're knowingly or explicitly sexist or racist or homophobic or anything.
It's just bias. Okay, so they are. Okay, so can you...
That means that they are, by the way. I love when people do this. It's like, I'm not calling you explicitly sexist, racist, homophobic, or anything. You're just biased. You know what that means? They're calling you sexist, racist, and homophobic, except they're trying to do it in a way with padding. It's like there's padding on your racism.
Or anything.
It's just bias. Okay, so they are. Okay, so can you prove it? No, but they are.
Should we make it easier for people of color to join the company? They'll just be like, why? I feel like that's the dividing line.
Dude, what is this fucking video?
Well, that's a good question. Why should it be easier for a person of any race to join the company versus a person of another race to join the company?
And you know what? If it wasn't for people like me and Asmongold and all these other people, this would be a racist thing to say. Again, I think that what we are doing in this world and the reason why there are so many people that are fucking freaking out about this shit, like the reason why like the mega woke people are losing their absolute shit over all this is because they're losing their power. They used to just be able to call someone racist and leave.
What form of discrimination is that good?
Some of this frustration spilled out into a wider discussion within the company after the murder of George Floyd in early 2020, as a group of employees within Valve pushed for the company to make a public statement in support of the Black Lives Matter movement.
That's right, of course. Because what more important thing needs to happen for a company to
It's a video game company! Why should they make a statement about anything that isn't involving video games? Dude, I hate these arguments so much. Like, dude, oh, it's very important for me that the Coca-Cola company gives an entire speech about how racism is bad. Bro, they make Coca-Cola. Why should they have an opinion?
Outwardly state that they support Black Lives Matter. The company is not your platform to push a social agenda. The only reason why companies push social...
And you know what? For every company that hates the work that Asmongold and I and all these other people are doing, and hates the fact that these are becoming more normalized conversations, you got every other company that fucking loves it. You know every company wishes what we are saying actually is the normal way to speak.
Agendas is because they think that the social agenda will cause them to make more money.
And there were all...
I'm actually torn. I don't know. I used to think that the reason why they were pushing all these diversity things was purely to make money. I wonder if there's something more vindictive going on. If there's some fucking mastermind puppeteer behind the scenes paying people in order to push agendas and shit. Because they aren't making more money. They're all losing money over all this. Literally everyone has lost money over time since they've been incorporating all the diversity stuff. So I wonder the actual purpose.
Also people who felt incredibly passionate, regardless of their own individual political convictions, that Valve should not and must not do so.
Yeah, exactly, because it's not a political action company. It's not what its goal is.
100%. Valve has a diversity crisis. Yeah, and the person that made this video calling out Valve, that is the type of person that absolutely 100% hates people like Asmongold or me.
The thing is that I'm really glad to see videos like this be completely pretty much rebuked.
Yep, and it's only being rebuked because of the counterculture. 100%.
People can realize that this is just basically discrimination, but in a different direction. So
no, 100%. It's racism. Just like, I don't even want to call it reverse racism. It's just racism.
So that means it's okay. Oh no, Valve hires competent people. Yeah, how's that going for them? So
what a paradox! Hiring competent people and making money? That's crazy!
Basically, whatever they're doing is working really well. Wow, look at that.
I don't know, man. I think that it's such a funny world that we're living in. I don't think anyone actually cares about these situations. People are just scared. And I think companies that are used to having power are scared that people are comfortable talking about this shit. And it's such a glorious day. What a glorious day! Let the companies fucking tremble. Let them fucking tremble, baby. Let them fucking tremble. All right. Well, anyway, that's been companies terrified of idiot blue people on the internet. Bye. Like, subscribe, and this video was streamed live on kick.com/Nuxanor. See you there. Stay weird, man.